Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 Builder Nation story from Bangor City with me, Daniel. It's Deja Vu today as we face Porto in a second knockout round of the Europa League. Of course, the first time back for us after winning the group before the Christmas break. And ironically, because we've been doing so well in the league and because TNS have faltered so much, we can rest our whole team against them off camera in between, which is a help, I've got to say that. We'll then in the next episode have Motherwell in the SPFL Trust Trophy final, and maybe we'll have a youth intake in one of these two episodes as well. But for now, we've got a sense of deja vu with Porto. The reason for that, if we go back to last year quickly, is in the second knockout round of the Europa League, we lost narrowly to Porto. You may remember that. So if you're looking forward to this one and seeing if we can do any better than our slender disadvantage last year, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 videos from two long-term stories. There's links to all the playlists in the eye above, including the currently relevant Scotland at the Euro series. And of course, there's also a link to the food channel up there as well. The first full video was released last weekend and it seemed to go down really well. So thank you for the support. And if you haven't yet been over there and subscribed, then please do. It would mean an awful lot. Finally, we've got a massive month of streaming coming in June 2021. Over on my Twitch channel, to which you can find a link in the description below, we're going to have loads of Euros watch-alongs, Football Manager streams, and much, much more to come. So please do go and check it out if you haven't already, and just hit that follow button to stay up to date. But for today, it's all about Porto. We've got them in the last 16 of the Europa League. It was very close last year. We almost shocked them. But this season, we haven't got Greg Pringle, although we have got a little bit of quality moving forward. So I'm not sure which way this is going to pan out. We're a bit of a better side, we're better defensively, but have we got that star quality? I guess today is the day we find out. You can see from the player stats here, Kane Walters has become the superstar. He's now the top scorer on 37 goals in 30 appearances. Perhaps the only criticism you could level at him though, is the fact that he didn't do it in the Europa League in the group stages. Now, it might have just been because he was settling in then, because he wasn't really doing it in the league at that point. But since then, he's been brilliant, and I'm hoping today he'll be able to put the cat amongst the pigeons. We'll wait and see if he can really prove himself at the Greg Pringle level. We are still missing Christopher Broom. He's just back from a long-term injury, but is suspended for this one, so he'll come back on the bench against TNS instead. We've got a few of those backup players unregistered, so they'll miss out as well. If we have a look at the schedule though, just one game off camera since the last episode. If I head back to this season's schedule would help. We played Barrytown and Linfield last time out. And since then, we had our cup quarter final against Aberystwyth. And again, we just got their number. It's probably the best example of a top 6 Welsh team that play right into our hands. And we absolutely love it. So Tom Jones got one, Luke Williams got one, Kane Walters got a hat-trick. And he's absolutely flying. He's becoming the star of the show. He's becoming a bit of a hero. But can he do it today and really write himself into the folklore? Let's go and have a look as we get into the fixtures. It is a big game away in Portugal for Bangor City. So as you would expect, we've got loads of opposition instructions. There's some familiar names from last year and there's a very good Bangor City side. We are still missing a few players, so we're not quite at full strength. Let's just go and fill that bench very quickly because I'm not quite sure why there's 2 or 3 missing there. Boys and Morgan will be the sub-defenders. I think Dean and Duffy the sub-strikers, and then Cannell, Williams and Woods. It's basically the old first team, plus Gwen Morgan the youngster. We couldn't ask for much more really. You could perhaps argue Riley's above Morgan, but it's very close, and Morgan's one of our own, so we've got to give him a chance. That means our lineup for today is George Wickens in goal, Weaver and McDonald the fullbacks with Whittaker and Price at centre-half, Lloyd, Malone, Furlong and Jones the midfield diamond with the continued absence of Chris Broom, and then Williams and Walters up front. It is all about Kane Walters now. Williams has actually gone off the boil a little bit and we're reliant on our new number 14. So let's go and see what happens in this one. It's a big game over in Portugal. We'll drop to a balanced mentality when we get into it and just try and hold on for a decent result. And there is more deja vu in the lineups. But more importantly, there's a link to the head coach series. Our current club Real Madrid in that one. We have Vitor Ferreira, Vitinha, the young Wolves player. He is on the bench for Porto. Now, we're in our 11th season of the head coach at pretty much the same point, and Vitinha is starting for our Real Madrid team. So the fact at the same age of 30, he's on the bench for Porto here, either he didn't develop, his career didn't work out due to injuries or whatever, or Porto have got an unbelievable team. I don't know which one it is, we'll probably find out over the course of 90 minutes. But there's some players we recognise from last year, Evan Nilsson, Simoes up front, Malang Sarr at centre-half, a player known well, and Dest the wing-back too. But it's a quality side. It's a brilliant opposition. And we're going to have to be at our very, very best to try and keep ourselves in this tie. Let's drop to balance. Let's get through the tunnel interview and into the first half at Porto. 8.5 minutes on the clock. We're back for Yesden Weaver's short free kick in his own half. Gives it to Furlong. Almost gave it away there, but Lloyd recovers it to Yesden Weaver on the left, Back to Furlong again. Weaver's run off him, instead tries to find Lloyd, and it's under hit. And now we're 3-on-3. John Price, he slid in. He's never getting there. And it's a brilliant save by Wickens. Stood his ground, did not go down, did not give the striker a choice. He said, you're going to have to make a decision because I am staying strong. And he makes a good save and he makes the striker look silly. Or the wrong rushing midfielder, we should say. But you've got to be careful there, Furlong. I know he's not played in Europe before, but you've got to look forward or wide there. You cannot play a short pass back to the holding midfielder, or you can get hit on a break. We're not playing against the Welsh Premier League teams anymore. As Dest takes a long throw, which Tom Jones heads down. Furlong this time finds Weaver. He's got two ahead of him. Furlong's one of them, and he gives it back to Weaver this time. Much more sensible. And then Weaver makes the same mistake. Across goal to Fofana, who seems to be intercepting everything so far. To George on the left-hand side. Beats one challenge. Is now taking on Kai McDonald. He's forcing backwards to Kudar. He gets towards the byline again. A big cross to the back post. And it's all the way through to Dest on the other side. What a save by Wickens. Ball into the front post. Fofana got enough on it. He was probably about to wheel away in celebration. And in the end, Wickens got a really strong arm to it and pushed it wide at the far post. With 37 gone, we're clinging on a bit now. As Fofana's corner's in. It's off the line 3 times. And the fourth one's in from Malang Sarr. It was a brilliant block on the line by the defender. It was a brilliant bit of goalkeeping. But third time lucky for Porto. And it's 1-0 with 5 to the break. As McDonald takes a short throw into Malone. Gets it back to the right fullback. Now can he get the cross in the box? An away goal could be crucial. Williams is there. He glances it onto the front post. The angle was just too acute. It was a brilliant effort though, and at half time, we almost could have been back on level terms. For now, it's just about keeping it 1-0. It's a decent result at this point. And then the only decision I have is, do we stick or twist? Do we try and get that away goal and risk conceding a second? Or do we just accept that 1-0 is a very good outcome and we can have a go at home? We might not have to worry as Harvey Lloyd puts a free kick in. What's happened there? It's bobbled behind for a goal kick, but we've got a VAR check. So has Kuda handballed it there? Valeri's gone to VAR. They've awarded the penalty kick. Now who do I go for? Luke Williams is the best penalty taker, but he's missed loads recently. Walters has scored 2 out of 2 and is in great form. I mean, Williams is still 75%. It's a good rating. Let's stick with him. Luke Williams is going to take it. I can barely watch. I'm going to end up regretting this, aren't I? Luke Williams to level it at Porto with a crucial away goal. And he has done it with a brilliant, emphatic strike from the penalty spot. The keeper goes the wrong way. Even if he'd gone the right way, that ball was going through him into the back of the net. It was hit with tremendous power. And with 25 to go, we are level with an away goal at Porto. But Dest is coming forward on the right-hand side. And it might be that they just step up through the gears now. As Pereira gives it to Vitinha, who's made his way off the bench. Gets into the box. It's a good save by George Wickens. Holds it again. He's been very good with that today. Never given a second opportunity or a rebound. As Sarr gets it to Fofana. Out to Dest again. He's skinned Yesden Weaver. Through to Vitinha. He's done it again. George Wickens, you absolute beauty. 22 minutes remaining, and it's a great throw out as well. Walters releases Williams, who is through 1-on-1. Luke Williams chips the keeper. Oh my words. What a goal from Luke Williams. Walters has been the man in form. He released it through to Williams. It's an audacious lob from 30 yards. Let's talk about the throw out from Wickens as well. That was remarkable in itself. And now Porto have gone 4-2-4. We need to be careful. So, fullbacks on defend. Let's get back to a little bit of calm mentality. We can't get too excited at this point in the first leg. Tom Jones is going to be replaced by Daniel Williams. He's going to drop into centre midfield, right in between the two box-to-boxers there. So let's leave Furlong where he was, and let's get Williams in the middle. Why can't I get him in there? This is doing my head in. Bear with me a moment. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. You saw it a few years ago. We did it a couple of times and it worked out quite well. So I'm going to go for it again now with Williams just in the middle of that 3. In fact, he can stay on a support duty. We don't want him attacking too much. I'm going to leave the pacey front two up there for now. We'll make some more subs later if we need to. But I want my strongest team on the pitch, because the rest are going to get a run out on Sunday, as it's a corner for Porto. Don't concede from a set piece after all this. Whittaker with a big strong header away. Fofana's got it again on the left wing though. Got another chance to cross. Chips it in, which Whittaker clears again. And Williams has got there before Vitinha. Gives it to McDonald. And now Malone. To Williams. To the other Williams. To Walters. He's released Furlong. We could get a third here. Furlong plays Daniel Williams in. It drops for Harvey Lloyd. And Daniel Williams again. And it is Porto 1. Bangor City 3. This is the Leipzig game all over again. We look frighteningly good on the counter-attack. And I don't know what to say. How do Porto compete when we're in this kind of form? We're going to bring... I almost want to bring Archie Woods on because he's better defensively. So he'll replace Malone as a box-to-box midfielder for now. But with 15 left, this is dreamland stuff. Even if we get battered by TNS now, I don't care. What a performance as Vitinha takes a free kick to Dest. Back to Vitinha again. To the back post to Evan Nilsson. We want to win this game. Sar's got the ball on the edge. We've got to defend well. We've got to go to the end. We can't rest on our laurels with 3 away goals. As Vitinha gets into the box, finds Fofana. Oh, it's 3-2. Furlong is shattered. We'll get Luca Canel on. It's fresh legs, but it's a lot weaker. And that's what I'm worried about. We've scored 3 as a smash and grab from 4 shots on target. But from these goal kicks, we look brilliant. Canel's lost it this time. It falls for Woods. Canel again can release his man. Up towards Luke Williams. Malang Sarr wins it. And McDonald will get there first from the clearance. Whittaker into Lloyd. He's got it on the halfway line. Just wants to find a release pass here because they're leaving so much space in behind. And Kane Walters has blazed it wide at a post. It was a brilliant opportunity. Porto look a real threat. They've left 4 up front. But they have left their defence with complete abandon. Yes, then Weaver's about to get sent off though. So we're not going to be able to punish them anymore. This is a problem. We're going to have to put... I don't even know. Can Luke Williams play centre mid? He's going to have to for now. We're going to put Luke Williams in Canel's position. Canel is going to go to left back. We're going to go to cautious. We're going to go to time wasting. We're going to be more disciplined. And it's a real shame this. Because I honestly believed that we could have got a couple more goals out of that one. Because they were leaving themselves so exposed at the back. And they probably still will. But Kane Walters has got to do it on his own now. If we can find a way to hold on though for a 3-2 victory as we head through stoppage time here, it will be one of our best ever results. And we've done it. With 10 men for the final 10 minutes. It is Porto 2, Bangor City 3. A Luke Williams brace, a Daniel Williams goal. The tactical change worked a treat. The performance was absolutely stunning. Now we'll go and get through TNS with a backup side and see if we can complete the job at home, because this could be a watershed moment for this save. Time for the second leg then. No sign of a youth intake yet, and a pretty disastrous weekend. We lost 3-0 at home to TNS, and we've learned that our backup side isn't good enough against their first choice team at their best. So Chris Broom did get a few minutes on the pitch. That was a good sign for him, and he'll be on the bench again today. But otherwise, we were awful. We were turgid. And it proves that we need to make some big changes in the summer to the squad, which we'll carry on doing. It won't make a huge amount of difference to the title race though. We're still right up there. We're 12 points clear with 5 games to go. Our goal difference is 50 better. It's not going to make a massive change in the grand scheme of things in this title race. It's getting quite tense in the race for third though, between Barry, Swansea Met Uni and Llandudno. Only 6 points between the 3 of them. So we'll wait and see what happens on that front. Or Barry could win the cup and that could change things around. For us though, it's all about holding on against Porto, and that's why we sacrificed the big game against TNS, because we've got a 3-2 advantage, and if we can win this game on the night, if we can get through on aggregate, it will be a stunning achievement. The quarterfinals of the Europa Conference we reached once. The quarterfinals of the Europa League we have never reached. So let's go and have a look at the squad for today. Morgan Boys has got to play at left back because of the suspension to Weaver. He got red carded in the first leg, as we know. The rest of the team stays the same, no doubts about that. On the bench, do we put a keeper on there on this occasion? I think we do. We're going to replace Williams with Badebo maybe? It's still 2 defenders on the bench, isn't it? So Riley and Morgan are the defenders. Broom, Canel, Dean and Duffy will be the strikers. And we'll just take Williams off for Ratcliffe then. We've got 2 defenders, 2 midfielders, 2 attackers. We've done our bit. Now let's get into the second leg. Anything other than a 2-goal defeat or a 1-goal defeat where we concede 4 or more, we're through. Let's go and see if we can do it. So I have 2 options as they've changed their team a little bit. You can see Vitor Ferreira's in from the start. They've changed one of the defenders. But tactically, I have 2 choices here. We can either keep our current mentality, tactics and all of that stuff, but drop to a balanced game plan. Or we can stay on positive and drop the fullbacks back. Now what I want to do is, 1, get a better performance than we had at the weekend from their counterparts, but also find out what tactic they're playing. 3 in midfield and 2 up front again. So fullbacks on defend. We'll leave the rest as it is. Just because it's Morgan boys as well, I don't want to get exposed. I don't want to leave those 2-on-2s at the break. So we'll just try and hang on for a bit now and see if we can keep the scoreline, keep the aggregate lead and get through to the last 8 of the Europa League. Could be a watershed moment for Welsh football. So interesting 25 minutes really. Porto have dominated the shot count, but we've had all the possession. Although the corners in there, oh, they're completely unmarked. You can't do that. If we're going to lose this game, that's fine. They're a better team than us. But if we lose it because we've managed to give away a stupid goal from a set piece, I'll be furious. As Des gets it on the right-hand side, I think I am going to drop to balance because we're getting outclassed here. Evanilson gets himself in. There's a man in the middle. Why dive in? Why dive in there? John Price, what on earth are you doing? He concedes a silly penalty. It's definitely going to be given. VAR have awarded it. And now George Wickens needs to be the ultimate hero. Evanilson will step up to take it himself. Come on, George, do your dance. Oh, he nearly got there. He nearly got there. A 30th goal of the season for Evanilson for Porto. And now on aggregate, it's all square. We're still through on away goals at the moment. But given the first half, I've got a feeling it's going to be a long 50 minutes remaining. Having said that, and despite no shots on target, and no expected goals count, we are still going through as it stands. Can we do it for 45 more? I don't care what the performance is like. I just want to be in the last 8. Fingers crossed we can cling on somehow. Right, 25 minutes to go. We're still yet to muster a shot. I'm going to replace Furlong on a yellow, not happy with Christopher Broom. He's got all the experience playing for us here. Williams, I could take off. Do I bring an extra midfielder on maybe? I'm going to leave it 10 more just because I don't want to make that decision yet. Jones is tired though, so we're going to make the same change because I'm betting Porto will go attacking very soon. So Jones off, Luca Canel on. I know it's not Daniel Williams this time, but Canel will just drop into that middle role here and he will now be an advanced playmaker on support. Hasn't had much game time this year, but could be his chance to shine. And Porto have gone for that front 4 as Luke Williams chases Malang Sarr. It's gone back to Rodriguez, the keeper. This now becomes a clinging on job. John Price wins the ball high up. Finds Malone to Williams to Walters. I think the right back played him on. It doesn't matter though. The defender was back to block the shot. It was our first chance of the game. It was a decent one as well. As Morgan Boyce has it at left back. Has done really well so far. Canel gives it to Malone. To Luke Williams. Look at Malone. He's knackered. I'm going to have to take him off in a minute. Who have we got left on the bench? Not a lot. As Williams gets it again. Tries to release Walters. It's back to Luke Williams. Walters is in again if he can find him. Back to Harvey Lloyd. To Malone. Somebody shoot, please. Back to Lloyd 35 yards out. It's excruciating. And if we lose it here, they've got men over on the counter. Lloyd to Malone. Through ball to Williams. This is the moment. Oh, it's a great save. If we'd have scored that, Porto would have needed 3. And I think we would have been all but there. But I don't think we can do it now. Luca Canel's corner to the back post. Headed away and Alberto will get there first. And now the counter's on. And we've not left enough back really. John Price is chasing. He can't get there. It's going to be crossed, is it? No. Wonderful recovery from Price. You deserve a medal for that performance, son. We have not got anyone who can play centre midfield though. We only put 2 on the bench. And dropping Williams out for Radcliffe is now looking like a ridiculously stupid decision. I could put Price into the holding role, Lloyd into midfield. But do I want to mess with a back 4? I don't think so. Can Joe Duffy play in the middle? He can play attacking mid. I don't know if he can play centre mid. It says he can. So, we're going to take Malone off. Broom will go to the right side. Canel to the left side. And Duffy will be the advanced playmaker. It's all I can do at this point. The front 2 are basically redundant now. They're just chasing the defence. We've got to find a way here. As Sandro Alberto throws in to De La Cruz. Don't give away another penalty. Don't give away another goal. Oh, he's not. He's given another penalty. It looked like a push in the back from the striker. And he's given a penalty for handball. This is ridiculous. How many penalties are we going to see? Whittaker is penalised. And now George Wickens has to save it. Evan Nilsson steps up. It's in. And we've got to go attacking. Right, Duffy, go into your number 10 position, please. Attacking midfielder on attack. Wing backs, you might as well go to normal now. If we're going to lose this, we might as well go out in style. Morgan Boys and Kai McDonald can push forward. We'll go positive. Can we do something special? I don't think so. It would be a cruel way to go out. 2 penalties, one of them very harsh. We've got 8 minutes to turn it around. I'm not sure we can do it. And we're back just a minute later as they nick it in midfield and Broom's got intercepting there. Brilliant work from Chris Broom. He's going all the way. What a return to the team that would be. But it's straight to Rodriguez who tips behind for a corner. And a big chance goes begging. We've not had many tonight. But Luca Cannell's corners into the front post. Salas heads away. And Duffy will try and chase it back. But I think that was the chance. That was the one where we could have nicked it. We've got 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. We're going to go very attacking. But it's not going to be enough. In the cruelest way, we go out. 4-3 on aggregate. 2-0 on the night to Porto. 2 penalties. 1 very harsh. And it's cost us. Unfortunately, we're out of the Europa League. But it was a wonderful effort over the 2 legs. Well, it's £1 million extra, but it's no real consolation. We've kind of hit that stumbling block, haven't we? We were so close that time to breaking the mould. But we're stuck. Last 16 of the Europa League, that is our limit. And we need to find a big investment to change that in the summer. We certainly need to improve our backup team as well, based on that TNS game. We're not going to be away for long, though, because we're coming back in just 9 days' time. It should be a wonderful SPFL Trust Trophy final against Motherwell. We'll be hoping for a youth intake as well. We've got some transfer news relating to a couple of people too. So I'm hoping you'll want to come and join me for that, because it should be an absolute barnstormer. A thrilling but disappointing climax to the Porto 2-legged tie. If you did enjoy it though, please chuck a thumbs up on it. Subscribe down below for daily content from 2 long-term stories. We'll be back in 2 days' time with the SPFL Trust Trophy final. In the meantime, you can catch up with all the other playlists in the eye above, as well as the new food channel where we had our first full video last weekend. If you haven't yet, please do go over and give it a try and subscribe if you're willing to. It does make a massive difference. And of course, we're going to have a massive month for streaming over on Twitch. It'll be a summer festival celebrating the Euros with some watch-alongs, some Football Manager content too. So please do follow, the links in the description, and make sure you come and join us for the fun. But a big thanks for watching and your support as always. I hope you enjoyed that big Europa League tie. And we've got to get back to UK-based action as we face Motherwell next time out. I'll see you there.